All right. You got anything else to say about those shows? You want to go right into other stuff?
Yeah, dude. Let's just talk about what you've been watching because I've only been catching up with the things that I was watching.
I didn't even get to say my whole. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, dude.
Excuse me.
Did you want to talk more about something?
Roger, I have a question which burns within my very soul.
I was trying to pass around.
What have you been watching?
I've been just keeping up with. Well, actually, I haven't watched this week's episode of Deca-Dence or The God of High School, but those are what I've been watching.
It's been hard out here for the good buddies. You watch anything else, man? It doesn't have to be anime. You see a movie?
Well, let's see. I've been watching some YouTube. We got the new console generation coming up.
Yeah, gotta watch all the videos.
Trying to wait for that price to be released. Did you see the PlayStation? They were kind enough to let you pre-order your pre-order. So if you were lucky enough to pre-order your pre-order, I'll
have to wait till halfway through 2021. It'll be fine.
Yeah, new season of Jeopardy, it's not new seasons, but new episodes of Jeopardy are up. So
love me Jeopardy.
Kat and I usually like to burn through the Jeopardies whenever they pop up. She's getting tired of regular show, but
now,
I've watched a lot of regular.
I gotta know, do one or both of you often scream the answers when you know them?
One of us does.
From your tone, I can infer that it is not you.
One of us likes to wait until the question is finished so they can digest the question.
That is how it works. If you buzz in before the question is finished, it freezes your buzzer. That's how it works. Yeah. So to be proper.
When you see those people jiggling up there,
it's because they're buzzed out and they're trying to get back in as soon as they can. Yeah. So to be proper, probably should wait till the question's over, but
I may or may not live with somebody that reads very fast. Very, very, very fast.
Oh no.
Like Trebek can get like 3 words out of an entire giant paragraph. It's just like tropical rainforest.
It's just like the tsetse fly, duh.
Yeah.
Is
Patagonian muskrat.
Being kind of mumbling these comments. I can't imagine why you're trying to keep your voice down, good buddy.
It's a secret.
I hope she hears all of this. All right. So nothing else for you, big boy?
Nope. I've just been. I haven't even watched much TV. I did spend a day playing some more Persona 5. I'm trying to clear that damn game.
You're a fool. You're damn fool.
And then after that, I'm gonna try to clear Last of Us 2. It's gonna happen one of these days.
And then someday you'll finish the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah. After that, well, I do want to play Ghost of Tsushima too.
Oh my god!
I haven't bought that one, so maybe I will prioritize Final Fantasy VII over it.
Yeah, get it on. Get that one on sale.
Yeah,
it'll be on sale someday.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
All right.
You're right.
Well, I'm happy for you. I hope you find more time to watch the things you enjoy and just have fun, bud.
Yeah.
Fun is so fleeting these days. It's got to get it while you can.
I feel like I did watch something else, but it's not coming to me.
You know what I watched that wasn't anime is me and Haley slammed through all season 1 and 2 of Doom Patrol. You seen that one? It's not bad. It's different. I don't think I was.
Is it on the DC app?
The season 1 was on the DC app, and now season 1 and 2 are on the HBO. If you have the HBO, it's only $50 a month, so it's not too bad. There's a lot of good stuff on the HBO app, but yeah, we watched that. I don't think I was mentally prepared to watch a giant roach make out with a giant rat, but that did happen. And it's, that's okay. We got through it.
Yeah.
That show did legitimately make me cry on more than one occasion too. So it's wild how it can be like so goofy and strange and then just hit me like it's sad. But it's good stuff. But I've also been watching some stuff. Let me tell you about these animes. Let me tell you about the other one I was gonna bring to this what you should check out, but I did not not because it isn't as good. I honestly really like this show, but It is a carryover from last season because, you know, a lot of stuff got cut off and with the stuff hitting with the global. I think my favorite version of it is the Great Global Bastard. Is what it's been described as. I love that. But a lot of shows are starting back up. Let me tell you about...
Dude, I have a question for you. Okay. If I don't ask it, it's going to kill me.
Okay, here we go.
So when you're watching a show, and I know you watch a lot of shows with your girlfriend.
Sure.
Are you guys, like, crying together, or...
It depends on the show. There are some things that make us...
and are we going full-on boo-hoos, or... Is it just one gangster tear?
So I'll say right now, I cry a lot. I cry a lot about a lot of stuff. I kind of pride myself on being able to feel things.
I'm not laughing to make fun of you.
No, I get you.
I'm legitimately curious.
I will say that most of the time when I'm watching something with someone else and it makes me like choke up or I'm about to cry, this is obviously like a dumb thing to do, but if I see her crying, then I'll just let it go. If I see her like not crying, then I'll like choke it up. Yeah. I kind of match whatever's. I read the room and I match is what I do.
She's like, bitch, stop crying.
No, she would never. She would never. But like, yeah,
But if she did, it would be real funny. It'd be mean, but it'd be funny.
I definitely did cry on Doom Patrol a couple times. There's particular. It's pretty much all the Larry Trainer stuff. If you ever watch that show, just really hit me. And then there's also when we watched Hamilton, both of us were in tears at the end of it because like, damn, that's just sad. But yeah, there's stuff. I'll cry. I don't give a damn. I'm crying. You know,
I know you did, but I just didn't. You know, I'd never thought about the process. Like.
Yeah.
Like, does Haley ever look over and you just crying?
I have been caught crying, not by a significant other, but like by friends, and it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I can imagine being in that situation. Like, I'm gonna let you be okay.
We're already on the tangent, so I'll just get this one. So famously, there is one. I've watched a lot of things that make me cry. There's one movie that it's not even a good movie. And I'm going to say that now because everyone's going to give me shit.
It's freaking Click.
I can't watch Click without crying. Specifically, it's the scene where like because if you don't know Click, it's a fucking Adam Sandler movie where he gets a magical remote that lets him fast forward through time and like rewind and all this other shit and whatnot. He can't change the past, but he can go back and see it. So he accidentally fast forwards through a good like 25 years of his life, and everything's different. His kids are grown up, he's missed so much, he's very upset. He also finds out his father, played by Henry Winkler, has died, and there is this bit where he rewinds to the last time he saw his dad. And the thing about fast forwarding is when you fast forward, his body is still going through time, but it's on autopilot. So whatever the last thing he said to do, he was like, fast forward me to when I get this promotion. It's like 20 years later. And all his body was doing was only focusing on work, which is why when he's done fast forwarding, he's back in his body. He has now lost his family. His wife divorced him because he never had time for her, the kids, or anything, and all this shit. So he rewinds to the last time he saw his dad, and his dad is this old ass Henry Winkler, and it's him and Henry Winkler's grandson, Adam Sandler's son, coming into his office. He's just looking at papers, doing stuff. He's like, "Hey, come on, let's go get a burger or something. Come on." He's like got this little trick coin. He's like, "I'll show you how to do the coin trick. Come on, it'll be great." He keeps trying again. He's like, "No, I'm busy, Dad. I'm busy." He keeps pushing him off, and finally he just bursts and he says, "I don't give a fuck. I know how you do the fucking coin trick. It's a coin trick. It's a trick coin. I don't give a shit. Leave me alone. I'm doing my work." He just cusses out and yells at his dad, and like all this horrible shit, and then sits back down, does his work, and Henry Winkler just goes, "Yeah. Okay. I love you, son." And he walks away. And I'm tearing up right now remembering that. The shit is so fucking sad. I can't watch that shitty movie without crying. So the story is, I was at a buddy's house. This was a horrible mistake. I was at a friend's house, my buddy Chris. And I love Chris, and I hope he never hears this, because, I mean, he saw it happen. He remembers. He is sitting on the floor in front of his bed, leaning against the bed. TV's on the wall, he's facing TV. I'm laying on his bed on my stomach, laying on one of his pillows. And the movie's going to get to that scene, and I am weeping. I'm talking like
Is
snot.
this the first time you've ever seen the movie?
No, it's not. It's like the second or third time.
You think you would have left the room?
I can't watch it with I thought I was better than that. I was wrong. I thought I could get through it. And I'm sitting there full on snot bubble crying. And I'm sitting there watching it and I see him turn around and go, huh? Like with this look on his face. And then he immediately goes, ugh, and turns back around. Like he turns, smiles, just goes, whoa. And like turns back around to watch it. And I'm like, fuck, dude. It's the worst. It sucks when someone catches you crying. I don't mind crying. I like crying. Crying feels good to me. It's cathartic. It's good to get those feelings out. Sometimes you gotta put on a sad song and get those feelings out. But it sucks when someone who is not crying catches you crying. If we were both crying, it'd be like, oh my God, and we just hug. But that's not what happened.
Yeah.
That is not what happened.
I would say like, not even 9 times out of 10, maybe like 99 times out of 100.
Okay.
You're gonna look over and that person ain't gonna be crying.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, it sucks. It sucks to be caught crying. That's that story. Can I talk about these fucking animes now?
Yeah, please.
All right. Now that we got all that out of the way.
Now that my curiosity is satisfied.
Good buddies, we'll have the plugs at the end. Please tell us what makes you cry. Mine is Click. I can't watch that specific scene without crying. I just can't. You ever seen those Thai insurance commercials?
You're supposed to be letting it go, dude.
Oh my God, they're so sad though. Have you ever seen those? I'm gonna send you some.
No, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see that.
Because you don't like crying.
I don't like to see the sad shit.
It's okay to let those feelings out, bro.
Yeah, I know it's okay, but I don't want to see that sad shit because I don't want to feel sad.
Anyway, so
I hold on to it.
Before The Great Global Bastard went on, last season we had a bunch of anime that were running that seemed okay. Most of them got about 3 episodes out, and then boom, the shit hits, and now a lot of them got cut off. Some of them did finish from last season, a lot of them did not. So a lot of those that did not have now started back up. So I want to tell you about one that I really enjoy, but it does have some issues.
Okay.
It's called Appare Ranman, and it's on Funimation.
Okay.
It's a really interesting show. We'll just start it there. So
it's really interesting.
Stop. You'll excuse me. I'm just gonna pull up the wiki page so I have all the character names. But it starts. So the whole thing is like mostly. It starts in Japan. Okay. And there's this kid named Appare who's a little senku. He is an inventor. He's making stuff. Doesn't give a shit about anybody, like whatever anybody else cares about or wants. It's not his problem. This is like late 19th century, or like, late 1800s. And he basically is like kind of a problem child. Because like he's constantly making stuff like, oh, this thing exploded and blew up somebody's house, or this wing of the whatever. Comes from a relatively wealthy family or whatever. Yeah, but it's like, we got this freaking kid. We got to do something about him. So this other guy, Kosame, who is a straight up samurai, is supposed to watch after him and like make sure he doesn't get in trouble. So what ends up happening is, of course, they end up on Appare's new steamship that gets shot out into the ocean. And dude's like, hey, turn us around, get us back to Japan, get us back to home. And he messes it up. The thing goes way too far. They end up stranded out at sea for a while before eventually being picked up by a big old freighter ship that's going where else? To America, California. And they end up, he ends up like hearing about, wanting to learn more about this stuff Appare does. And ends up finding out about this big trans-American race that's happening. A bunch of people are going to get these cars, fancy cars. They're going to make...
Transcontinental?
Well, I mean, trans-America. It's specifically America.
Okay.
I mean, the continent of North America, I guess, but it's
America. Cross-country?
Trans-America.
Okay.
What? It doesn't matter. These are all synonymous to a certain extent.
Well, I think there's a name for... a race across
anyway.
Yeah,
fine. I'm sure we'll be corrected. It's fine. I'm sure I'll be corrected. It's fine. Anyway, they end up entering this big race, and there's this whole cast of characters. They make characters, and they make a lot of friends. And so far, that's where the show is. They are in this race trying to get across the country and win, because the winner gets a big prize. My dude does not care about the big prize. He just wants to prove that he's the best. Of course he does. He's also a little bit of an asshole. He's also only really knows engineering. There's a great bit in the there's all these great bits in the show where you meet all these other characters and stuff, and it's rad. So let me talk about these characters. Appare. dude has a crazy design. He's got these crazy like pigtail kind of things, red ass hair. He also looks like a Pikachu, like he ate way too many raspberries. He just has these 2 little spots on the corners of his mouth forever, these little red spots. Real doofy looking kid. Kasame, just a straight up samurai dude. He kind of looks like Mugen from freaking what do you call Lupin?
Samurai Champloo. Oh, okay.
It was Lupin the Third is what I was going with. But yeah. Wait, is that Mugen? It is Mugen, right? No. Wait, it's Jigen is the gun guy. We've gone off on a tangent. He looks like Jean from Samurai Champloo. There we go. Fine.
Okay.
But without the glasses and with different hair. Anyway, I want to say, I don't remember. Then, now here's where it gets a little bit weird and problematic, and I'm going to say that right now. So the whole thing, like, is very, like, adventure-based. It pulls a lot of strings, like, from, like, Jules Verne kind of stuff, and that is where a lot of this comes from. I think they even name-checked Jules Verne at one point. So, like, you're getting introduced to a lot of different people of a lot of different ethnicities and backgrounds and stuff, and so the show kind of draws them, their styles and whatnot, maybe a little stereotypical. Case in point, we have a young Native American boy named Hototo, who is Goemon, there you go.
Jigen's
the pistol guy, yeah. Okay, there we go, we figured that out. No need to send us an email about that one. So Hototo, Native American boy, he's a brown kid, he's got feathers in his hair. It's a little stereotypical. You got Jailan, I believe the name is, who's a Chinese lady who is like, you know, she kind of looks like Chun-Li basically, but with a halter top. And it's a little, you look at these as like a little stereotypical, and that is a problem to an extent, but the way they portray the characters is never like too stereotypical. It's not like they're drawn kind of that way so you can know who they are at a glance, but they're not portrayed as being a certain way, so it doesn't really bother me. It's a little weird. It might skeeve you a little bit. I'll just say that. And then you get into some weird stuff where like you got hold up, what's this fool's name? Yeah, Crazy TJ, who is the black guy who shows up holding not a boombox, but a big ass record player because it's the 1800s that's bumping his fucking music. He's got these crazy dreads and an outfit that's like green and purple, like he's from New Orleans, like he's freaking Dr. Falliser. So yeah, we're getting a little weird. But overall, I like the show. It's a big old adventure show. If you're worried that, like, so the first several episodes, it's like, man, the Sapari kid is like a total asshole. All he cares about is engineering and shit. He doesn't care about anyone, actually. There's a couple scenes that, like, later on, you do get some development. Like, he is learning to be, like, a team player and whatnot. There's one of my favorite scenes is him and a bunch of the others are, like, they basically have to camp for the night. And this one's like, I'm going to go hunt some food for us. Oh, I'm going to go fishing. Oh, I'm going to start a fire. And he's like, I want to help. So he tries to start a fire. He fucks it all up. He tries to go fishing. Absolutely terrible. That's not bait. You tied a potato to a string. That's not bait. Oh, I'm gonna go hunting. Oh, I can make a great snare that'll. Okay, I caught one. He's like, oh, what about my snare? Gets hung up by a snare immediately. Like, he fucks himself up like so bad. And then someone's like, hey, can you check out my car? And he's like, yes, I can. And like the look on his face where he's like, this is the thing I'm good at. It's very cute. So it's a fun show. There's decent development. I will say, if the character designs are pretty stereotypical again, but like, it's not exactly a deal breaker. I don't know. Watch a few episodes and tell me what you think. But I really am enjoying this show. It does have some real stakes that are getting thrown in with, like, you know, someone is sabotaging this race. You've got your main cast who's like going, and at one point a bunch of the like just other racers, they find their cars on the road and they've all been shot in the head. So it gets a little violent.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So it's like, wow, someone's taking people out, and this is getting serious. So it's pretty rad. A lot of steampunky kind of stuff. Again, late 19th century, so, you know, 1800, blah, blah, blah. I like it a lot. I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. It's up to like episode 8 or 9. I believe there is a new episode that just went up that I haven't watched, but I'm caught up otherwise. Show's pretty good. That's the big one I wanted to talk about. There are other shows. You know, we talked a little bit about Rent-A-Girlfriend, which I'm not going to talk about here because Roger watched one episode, might watch a couple more. I don't want to spoil anything else.
Yeah, I wanted to get further into it, but I think whenever I watched the first episode, I got through it, and we had already talked about it. I already knew what was going to happen in it, so I think that took away from the initial watch.
Yeah, so I specifically went up to...
Well, I don't think you had spoiled it for me.
Okay. I know when I talked about it, I went to like up to the aquarium, and I was like, and then other stuff happens. Like, I left out that. So I tried not to spoil it for you, but yeah, there's that show I really enjoyed for like the first couple episodes.
Because I had started it and then I restarted it, but in between that and talking about it, I had seen
other stuff.
Yeah, I'd seen, you know, different things talking about different animes or whatever. So the grandma stuff, I was like, okay, well now I know that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
so.
It's not a bad show. It's basically like we described it before a little bit, but like you got this dude who like just got dumped. He's totally like depressed and stuff. He goes on this website, rents a girlfriend, has a nice date, and he's like, oh, neat. And then he takes her out for a second when he's like, you do this with everybody. This is good. Blah, blah, blah. And he's like,
a douche.
She straight up like tells him, yeah, motherfucker, you're paying me for this. I'm supposed to be nice. Can you chill? And he's like, oh, damn, I am being a jerk. And it like, the thing I told you is this show, like the way the characters interact and the way they develop and stuff is like pretty decent. And the way they're written, I like a lot. But it feels like to me that the show doesn't respect its own characters, and it's like, man, that's really, you know, there's a lot of nuance to this and blah blah blah. It's like the same thing I had for Domestic Girlfriend at first, where like this could be more, and it kind of gives you that, and then it's like, haha, just kidding, you're still in a dumbass harem anime, and then like, whoops, my tits fell out, whoops, someone just got groped, like that kind of shit. So you're
not getting Bunny Girl Senpai here.
Yeah, no, Bunny Girl Senpai was like the ultimate turnaround on that for me, because I was like so sure I was going to hate it and it was going to be garbage, and it ended up being fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I'm really upset that I gave Bunny Girl Senpai such a shitty review at first. I did redo it up to like a couple 2.5 extra points.
We got
Bunny Girl Senpai rocks.
We got movies coming out too for it.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about
it. We already had the one, didn't we?
I didn't see it. And popped up on any of our stream services, unless you're hitting the high seas and not telling anybody about it.
No, there was something, wasn't there? Didn't we do a thing?
No, we never talked about a Bunny Girl Senpai movie.
I don't remember. Okay, I could have sworn
I don't think there's a movie out yet.
I definitely watched something. It was like a OVA or movie or something. Okay, we'll have to look this up later. Now, do you want to just clap it?
No. Keep going, dude. Keep going.
Just keep going. There's other shows. We don't talk about any more of them. Got Out of High School, still okay. Freaking
Rascal Does Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl.
Yeah, I watched
2019.
I watched that.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, you need to watch that. It's very good.
Okay.
I don't know how you didn't see it. I saw that one.
Dude.
I think that was one that like I saw and then I was gonna talk about on the podcast and totally forgot about. But yes, I watched that one. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah. There's other shows. Hey, do you want to talk about some cool stuff and a new friend we made?
Yeah. We made a new. So last time, let's backtrack just a little bit. For anybody that heard the ramble last time, we talked about the Sailor Moon stuff that came into my store.
Yeah.
And then there was the giant pile of fanfic in the bottom of the box.
Mm-hmm.
So we did say that we wanted to potentially do something with it on the show, but we wanted to make sure that we reached out to this person that wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
After some real freaking legwork of tracking BunnyCo down.
Well, you sent an email. The email address turned out to be no longer in use, and then you sent a message to a website.
Yeah, but finding the website, there was a lot of like.
You did a little internet PI work, sure.
Yeah. There was some questionable Googling trying to track down this person that you don't know. Yeah. And lo and behold, I found them, and I mean, as scary as that may be, I found somebody I had no idea who they were on Google.
Yeah.
And was able to contact them. But BunnyCo was actually a really cool person. I don't know if she wants us to use her real name or not, so I'm not going to.
Would you say Bunnico?
Yeah.
That's her screen name.
Yeah.
We had a little Skype call. Zoom. A little Zoom call.
Yeah.
And y'all, we made a friend.
Yeah,
She's
we made
so
a friend.
fucking cool.
Yeah, she's really cool. And there was a really cool kind of crazy story that kind of went with the fanfic.
I would call it bittersweet.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, as we were talking to this person, again, I cry constantly. Had to wipe my eyes a couple times. I was like, holy shit, this is a movie.
Yeah, Brandon about to cry over here.
I almost cried on that call.
She's like, at first she's like, I have no idea how you came across this fanfic. I don't know how it got there. I don't know how it got to the middle of Texas.
Yeah.
And long story short, we were trying to figure out if maybe we opened up. I was like, I think I saw a name in something, and I repeated the name, and she was like, "Oh, that's crazy."
Yeah,
it was like one of those psychic moments, you know, where like
like, how do you? What does that have to? How do you know that name?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with this? Turns out that name belonged to a very good friend of hers.
Yeah.
Who a few months ago passed away.
Yeah.
And y'all chills. Like the energy on the Zoom call was like,
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we're like, I was not trying to. At first I was like, okay, I need to figure out how to approach this situation with tact and grace and not say anything offensive.
Like, holy moly.
Not that I don't think that I'm like an offensive person. I think sometimes, well, I mean, whenever I'm with my friends,
no,
sure.
you're cool.
Whenever I'm in something like this, like I think very hard, like how do I approach this and not come off like. And
your solution was to bring up the show Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah. So the initial thing was trying to like, okay, I remember kind of what the guy looked like that sold the stuff to me.
You ever seen Trailer Park Boys?
What is that? I even said, I was like, not to be rude or offensive or anything. Have you ever seen the show Trailer Park Boys?
He kind of looked like this dude on there named Bubbles. Hang on. And like Roger's trying to pull it up on his phone to show a picture of this character who looks like the guy who brought it in. He just Googles Bubbles, and I'm like, no, you're gonna get Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, I got a lot of Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, and just people blowing bubbles.
Yeah. You finally find a picture of the guy. If you ever seen the show, you know he's a goofy looking dude with a wide face, gigantic Coke bottle glasses, and a comb over, weird hairstyle. Yeah. We eventually, after some more tracking, managed to find out. Do you want to take it from here? Because you know.
Yeah. So we did. Bunnico was able to call the people's parents to confirm whether or not they had sold stuff over in Waco to me, and. They had, so it was 100% her friend's stuff.
Yes, it was the dearly departed friend's father, I believe it was, had sold off a big box of her things, and obviously we're not going to speculate on like why that happened.
Yeah,
presumably it was like
I don't think there was anything malicious behind it.
No, of course not. It's most likely like this is probably really hard to have around.
Yeah, it's hard, and there's it's just been sitting in a closet. Yeah, and what do you do with 100 VHS tapes?
Yeah, man. What do you do, indeed,
dude? I do want to show you something. So. I did find those photographs for her that she wanted to see because there were some photos in a box. And here you go, man. Here is Bubbles.
He doesn't.
It kind of resembles it, dude.
His glasses are not nearly as huge, but
no, not nearly as huge.
Yeah, I guess I could see where you're coming from. You're silly, but point is, we figured it out. It turns out the Bunnico was very good friends with this person who, again, is unfortunately
and she sounded like an amazing person too. Like
she was fucking saving dolphins and shit.
Yeah, she did a lot of work on the coast.
My God,
cleaning up wildlife and stuff, sea life.
This was like, it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's
she seems
absolutely
like a really
amazing.
Sweet person. Yeah,
it sounds like an amazing person who led an amazing life, and obviously the world is a little bit worse off for not having her in it.
Yeah, and of course stuff like that speaks to me. I feel like I'm very conscious about the animals and the wildlife around me.
Of course. It's like your whole thing.
Yeah. I love animals, and it's kind of cool. Like, I don't know that I would ever say that I'm a person that believes in fate or anything like that. But,
I believe,
and I even told her this. I was like, I don't know that I believe in something like this, but you know, it's certainly, sometimes things certainly seem like they happen for a reason.
It was weirdly serendipitous. It was weirdly serendipitous, and now, so basically, like, again, very good friends with this person. I think we're either mailing or gonna scan some stuff to like send it to her, because like it's literally her handwriting. Yeah, and it's like this means a lot to the author of these fanfics. But basically, we figured out that like, okay, so this isn't your stuff because some of it's scanned. Why would it be scanned if it was yours? Blah blah blah. Turns out like she had been given it to like read through or something, or proofread, or, like just check it out, and it scanned copies of it. There's more to it obviously, but like basically it was just a bunch of Buniko stuff that her friend had, and we ended up getting it, and there you go. We ended up making a new friend out of it, which is really good.
And you know, it kind of brings us back around to the, you know, well, can we do something cool with this? Essentially, all this older fanfic that we found in the bottom of a dusty box, and we do have permission to do stuff with it. She does want to, some of the stuff she hasn't published, so she's like, I'm gonna scan it and send it to her, let her read through it, see what she's okay with. Right.
She did also say, like, I think she said the worst thing she ever published, she ever did, has been published, so we're good on that one.
Yeah, so a lot of it did come from, you know, like, it's 2020 now, so some of the stuff was written in 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
There's some time, and, you know, admittedly, she said there was probably some cringe in there.
She has
progressed as a writer.
Baby, we all know your best work's ahead of you. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's how it always goes. If you're not getting any better, then what are you doing?
Yeah. It's just a really wild, like just TV movie story that, like, whoa, how did all this happen? It was weirdly.
I actually still have a message on my Facebook from Buniko that I haven't got around to reading yet, but she sent me some. Well, I was showing her other stuff in the boxes, but if she does listen to this for whatever reason and I haven't responded to that, it's there, and I know that it's there.
Yeah.
Just haven't looked at it. I've been at work.
Wow.
But yeah, man, it was fun, and I think that we're going to be able to do something with the manga, or not the manga, the fan fiction. What it is, I don't know. How we're going to do it, I don't know.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, we're going to figure something out. You know, like, and she wants to, you know, be included into some senses, like, you know, and I'm totally fine with that. Like, we were throwing around the idea after we do a reading or something like that, where we do it in chapter form or go through a couple pages. We have our moments that, you know, we that stuck out to us, whether they made us laugh, whether they were, you know, something that was maybe cringe, something that was maybe really good, where we can, you know, record a conversation with her and ask about these things. You know, can you remember what was going through your head? What were you trying to convey with this?
She did specifically tell us one of her stories, one of the longer ones. She had a certain plan for it, and it kind of ended up being like a, you know, screwed by the committee kind of thing, where like a bunch of people had their little inputs and no, you should do this instead, and it ended up being completely different. So bummer. Maybe we'll get to like figure out the real story there, but yeah, it's really fascinating stuff. And hey, you know, shout out to Buniko, and rest in peace, her friend. Thank you so much.
And I can't wait to talk some more and really kind of figure out what to do with this stuff. But that was the closure to the story from last week. For anybody that heard it, it was definitely cool. It was one of the craziest like conversations I've had.
Yeah, I think I remember saying like, this is like, obviously none of us are hanging out all that much, you know. What with the global bastard. But
the global bitch ass.
The global bitch bastard. But just that talk.
I had my microphone.
That talk over Zoom was legitimately like one of the most pleasant and fun times I've had in a very long while.
Yeah, it was great.
It was just so cool to like chat with.
It was great. We talked about an hour after you left too.
Yeah, I wish I could have stayed up, but I had to work.
It was going down the rabbit hole before her computer shut off. We were definitely talking about aliens.
Hell yeah, dude!
You got me on that shit, dude. And like, she was talking about something, and she was like, it was a forest. It was like the wooded area of like England, somewhere in the UK. It was like Riddlesham Forest.
Yeah, Riddlesham Forest. Oh no, not the Riddlesham Forest, isn't it? Oh no. Oh,
I may be familiar.
Yeah, we talked for a while about animes and different stuff and all kind of things. It was a lot of fun.
Brandon and Bunico both talked about their disdain of harem anime, and I was just like, well, me be me, and yet let me be me, okay?
To be fair, you got a little bit in there because we also talked about how much we love Ouran High School Host Club, which is basically a harem anime.
Yeah,
but fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun talking to a really fun person, and can't wait to do it again and see where our lives go from here. It's really rad.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think we should bust on here because I'm getting A, hot, and B, stuffy.
Yeah, and
my nose is stopped up. Can you hear the stoppage?
You gotta cut that out, man. That's gross.
I got them boogies in there.
Gross, dude. And I gotta get home and get to work in the morning. So let's bust on out of here. Thank you so much for listening. Again, shout out to Bunico. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Appreciate you.
Can you just one more thing? Can you imagine like getting that message from someone you have no idea who they are,
and then,
like
on top of it, essentially on top of it, it immediately says, "I've been trying to track you down."
Like that's terrifying. And thank you for actually reaching back to us and having a conversation. Because Lord knows you probably could have just called the cops.
I definitely, like she made it clear that there was appreciation there, that we spent the time we did to try and reach out, which, like, thank God for that. But
yeah, no kidding.
Like, I found you on Google.
Oh God, don't do that. Don't do this thing. Anyway, yes. Again, one more shout out. Thank you, Bunico, for talking to us. Love ya. All right, so plugs. Once again, please comment, subscribe, leave us a message pretty much anywhere you can. We are pretty much anywhere you find the Good Buddies Anime Podcast. That's us. Again, I believe there is a rap duo of juggalos called the Good Buddies, but that is not us.
But they don't have any tracks, right?
They're featured on one. You can find it on Spotify if you look up Good Buddies.
Damn it.
Yeah. That ain't us. We ain't on Spotify. We should get on Spotify.
We really
throw off
should,
the algorithm.
dude. I meant to do it. I just have never gotten around to it.
But you know where we are. Anywhere else you can get your podcast. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. I use Podcast Addict.
Yeah, baby.
We're on all the things.
Baby.
Yeah, baby. And also, you may be listening to and or watching this on the YouTube channel, Rapid Kick Media. Make sure to check that out. We got some good Let's Play stuff going up on there. I think she watched an episode of the Let's Play, or like saw a bit of it.
Domestic Girlfriend? Or not domestic. Dang it, dude.
Summer Sweetheart.
Summer Sweetheart.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. And the
I'm
new
sorry,
one,
that's the one.
Yeah, the new one. Well, actually, it's probably better than the newest one that we're doing.
Okay.
Trouble Days, where you're dating a succubus. It is straight out of a, like a, it's not really a harem anime because there's only, there's a guy and a girl.
Terrifying.
But it is straight out of, like, oh, awkward situation. Oh, no.
Whoops, here's my titties. Like, come on, man.
I do not want to have sex. And the guy's like, whoa, I didn't say anything like that. Whoa.
Stop this. Oh, God.
It is pretty funny so far.
So, yeah, look forward to that on Rapid Kick Media if you want to check that out.
There's only, so far, I think we've done 4 episodes. Only one of them's up on the channel, and there's only been like one big, like, ooh, big yikes.
Gotta blur that out. Whoopsie.
Yeah, big yikes.
All right. Terrifying.
Yeah.
Don't know that I'll watch those, but maybe.
Hey, man, we're the wholesome boys. We keep it wholesome.
Jesus. But yes, if you want to check that out, remember Rapid Cake Media on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. We love your comments, and click that bell so we can send you notifications and whatnot. Thank you so much.
There is voice acting in those, by the way, too.
Oh God, no. Don't need that.
Maybe you do need that.
I don't think I do. There are a number of other ways.
Good voice
Roger,
acting,
if I don't get through these damn plugs, we can't leave, and you can't turn the AC back on, and you can never be unstuffy.
Boogies.
Let me do the thing. There's a number of other places you can find us and leave comments. We do have the Facebook group, The Good Buddies Universe on Facebook. We have the Twitter, TGB_AnimePod. We have the Dead and Zombified Tumblr, thegoodbuddies.tumblr.com. And, of course, the Old School, New School Gmail. That's thegoodbuddiesanimepod@gmail.com. And I think that's it for those. Let's hit the music. We want to give a shout out to our good buddies, Married with Seamonsters, RIP that band. But you can find all kind of cool music, including our opening theme song, Paperdoll, on marriedwithseamonsters.bandcamp.com. And a lot of their stuff is on Spotify as well. But, you know, if you want the hot fire, Paperdoll, gotta hit up marriedwithseamonsters.bandcamp.com. I want to give another shout out to our good buddy Haas, aka Thomas Tastes Better on Instagram, aka Dungeon Witch on YouTube for the closing theme on the YouTube review portion of the show. That one is still called The Buddy's Good, and we love it. It's a rad track. Thank you, Haas.
It is good.
Thank you, Thomas Tastes Better. Thank you, Dungeon Witch. And one quick shout out to our good buddy, A Petty Theft. Oh God, no, not the boogies. You can't do that. You're gonna have to bleep that out.
I gotta keep
That's
it
gross.
unique, dude.
That's gross. That is how it's pronounced, however. 2 P's at the beginning, 2 T's at the end. Petty Theft for the use of our closing theme on the podcast and on the Ramble, which we are still calling Sweet Anime Dreams. Thank you so much, Petty Theft. You can find Petty Theft on Twitter and on SoundCloud at Petty Theft. And I think that about does it. Roger. We're both hot and sweaty, and you're stuffy as hell. Let's get on out of here. Do you have one to take us out on?
I hope you do, or it's going out on no stuff.
I hate that. Let me think for 1 second. I got nothing.
Okay.
Please not no stuff. Hang on. I can beat that. I can beat that. Jesus.
Dead air song. Dead air song.
I know the music's starting right now, so it's not totally dead air. All right, well, from all of us, it'll come to me. From all of us, I got one. And this is going to be, again, a little bittersweet, but it's something that I feel very strongly about it. So I want to just hit y'all with this one on the way out. So from all of us here at the Good Buddies
Is it a
Anime,
Click reference?
No. From all of us here, it is a thing that made me cry, though. This did make me cry, and it's very recent. So from all of us here at the Good Buddies
baby there ever was.
I sure am. From all of us here at the Good Buddies Anime Universe, I am your good buddy Brandon.
And I am your good buddy Roger.
Wakanda forever.
Oh man.
Miss him.